Another top tip that we've learned from our deep dive into education and parenting is to praise the thing that they have done or the action that they've done, not just to give them praise in general. So to be specific. An example of that would be my son was running around the playground with a water pistol, but we'd had a chat before and I said, look, not all of the children here have got a water pistol. So just put yourself in their situation. If you were playing with somebody that had a water pistol and they kept shooting you in the face, even if you didn't mind getting wet and you kept getting shot in the face, are you going to like that? No. And then magnify that by 10 if they're younger than you, because they're more susceptible to getting upset because they're younger than you. What action could we take to make sure that that doesn't happen and that we try not to upset people, because he doesn't want to upset people, of course. And he agreed that the action he should take was to be very careful not to shoot anybody in the face. And as a result, he had a really conscious effort to only shoot people in the belly button, we agreed. And as a result, other kids got a little bit wet. He got a little bit wet, but nobody got shot in the eye. Nobody got upset. Nobody was crying. And as a result, everybody had a great time. Now, all that was just to stop, think, agree in action. But then, as I say, my action for that was after he'd finished playing, or even actually there was once where I could see him move. He was so tempted and then he moved and shot in the belly. And I just happened to be close by, and he looked over and I said, I really like the way you just stopped yourself and shot in the belly. That shows great control. That's a great trait for a successful man. And that was it. I didn't say any more than that. Yeah, that was great. I really like the way you moved your aim. So I've been specific. It wasn't well done, because it could be well done for anything. It was, I really like the way you moved your aim. And I tagged on the top, that's a good trait of a successful man. So now I'm giving him a vision of who he is becoming. So a positive affirmation, if you like. And you do that 10 times a day with little things sincerely, because you've seen it. What we found is you'll start with one a week, and then you'll remember it, and you'll do 2 the next week. And then all of a sudden you start doing 1 a day. And then all of a sudden it's 2 or 3 a day. And then after a time, and it took us about 2 years, we're now able to, when he does something, we're able to give him sincere feedback and praise in a specific way. Which again, if we can learn that for him, if he decides that he wants to become a leader or manager, he will have that trait, which is, again, very useful for when he's leading and managing people. So now we've learned something that is useful for us and for him as growing up, and useful for him as he comes into adult life. Win, win, win. We like those.